because caffeine, of course, I know that it's included in coffee and tea, but what I sometimes forget is that it's also included in dark chocolate. And to me, if I have a piece of dark chocolate in the evening, I'm fully awake until 3 a.m.
Hi and welcome to Lead Well.
Hello to this next episode on sleep and sleeping well for great leaders. Now, let's look into what you can do to sleep better. So, there is a whole set of things that you can do to actually prepare yourself and your surrounding to get a good night's sleep. It all starts with your bedroom. Make sure that your body associates your bedroom with rest, with sleep, which means do not do any work there, have no distractions there, no television, have the lights as dim as possible. And we'll talk more about lights because that really has the highest impact on your sleep rhythm. So, when you think about lights, how would you use them? In your mornings, make sure you get sunlight within the first hour you're awake. That's really crucial. Get up, get outside. Hopefully, you can do that. Hopefully, you can get up when it's already light. And as soon as the sun comes out, make sure you get some of this sunlight. And that's also something that you can do during your day. Get as much natural light as possible. In your evenings, on the other hand, then dim the lights. So as soon as the sun sets, also dim your lights and include your displays. So when you're looking at a laptop, at a TV screen, your smartphone, your tablet, make sure that you have them with a reduced light only. Yes, there are these blue light filters, but again, scientists are not sure yet whether this really has a positive impact. So make sure that the light is as low as possible. This light intensity is much more important than the blue light filter. The other thing is, instead of having your lights on the ceiling, have your lights lower. So use low lights and do not switch on those on the ceiling. And during nighttime, keep your bedroom as dark as possible. And if you cannot keep your bedroom dark, you might even consider using a sleep mask because this really has a huge impact on your sleep quality. So if you think about it, we humans, we have not changed. Our body, our being has not changed for the last thousands of years. And we're not prepared to having lights all over us during nights. We are made for really dark nights. Now, the next thing you can take care of are sounds. Of course, if you have a partner that is snoring, you might want to use earplugs, and the same for street sounds. So if you have traffic going on outside, then you might consider using earplugs and or also using headphones and music, maybe even guided meditations. And next time we will look more into what are the different things that you can do to actively improve your sleep onset and your sleep quality. And guided meditations is one idea there. The other thing to take care of is the temperature. So you want to keep your bedroom pretty cool. The average that is suggested is 16 to 19 degrees Celsius. That would be 61 to 66 degrees Fahrenheit, more or less. One interesting fact is that our core body temperature falls when we fall asleep. And we can leverage that. So if you take a hot shower or a hot bath before going to bed, it can significantly reduce the time that it takes you to fall asleep. For example, if you take a bath or a shower in, again, in Celsius, 40 to 43 degrees, or in Fahrenheit, it's 104 to 110, and do that for approximately 10 minutes. And then you wait an hour or an hour and a half and go to sleep there. Your body was warm and then it cools down, and the cooling down is telling your body to actually fall asleep. Now, what else can you do? You can be very active during your day. So, mental and physical activity during the day makes you tired. Make sure that you stop that like 2 hours before you go to bed. And in the evening, pay more attention to relaxation. So, create this contrast between being really active and relaxing. If you're doing power naps over the day, which are absolutely great because there is other research showing that this is actually a natural thing as well, like the biphasic sleep that we talked about last time. This having a sleep in the afternoon is also very natural, but make sure you're having not more than 30 minutes and latest up until 3 p.m. Because if it's too late and if it's too long, it will have an impact on your night's sleep. And most important is have routines, build routines. So make sure that you go to bed at the same time every day, that you get up at the same time every day, so that you build a routine, and build a routine also in what you're doing before you go to sleep, what you're doing when you're getting up. So to go to sleep, for example, I once had a coaching client and we talked about sleep, and he said, for me, it's no issue at all because I have a hand position. I just put one hand on the other on my belly. And that to my body is the sign that we're now going to sleep. And then I do a slight breathing meditation. And again, we'll talk about that more next time. And that's it. That's all I need to fall asleep. So maybe you can build in some of these routines as well. Avoid heavy meals in the evening. Avoid alcohol because alcohol makes you fall asleep pretty quickly, but it impacts the quality of your sleep. So it will make you wake up during the night much more often. And again, if you have alcohol earlier in the day, would be better from a sleep perspective. And of course, if you're taking sleeping pills, then that it's more like a sedation. This is not really the healthy sleep that is fostered through that. Of course, if you have sleep deprivation and if you have issues with sleep, go see your doctor because, yes, it could be that to help you get back to a healthy rhythm, then sleeping pills are absolutely appropriate. So, no, nothing against that, but make sure that you consider getting off them as quickly as possible because the quality of sleep is different. And then, one little thing that sometimes I forget and I pay for it, and that is caffeine, because caffeine, of course, I know that it's included in coffee and tea, but what I sometimes forget is that it's also included in dark chocolate. And to me, if I have a piece of dark chocolate in the evening, I'm fully awake until 3 a.m. So, something that I have to pay attention to now that I know it. At least I then know why I'm awake. And maybe you weren't even aware of that. And now you know that dark chocolate is fantastic, but not in the evening. So, thank you for today. And those of you who are on my email list, you have got another freebie this time. So, this is the sleep tracker for your evenings where you can capture everything that had happened during the day. Now, let me give you a quick run through of what you will find in this weekly plan when tracking your evenings. So, for an entire week, you will find a few questions. First question is, what time did you get up today? And yeah, you want to figure out, was it earlier or at the same time as the days before? So tracking a bit of your habit. Then a 5-star rating of your mood during the day, and a 5-star rating of your performance capability. So, how energized have you been over the course of the day? And also tracking your average stress level on a 1 to 5 scale. The next question is, did you sleep during the day? Did you get a quick nap in the afternoon, maybe? Yes or no? Then tracking the start and end time of your workday, followed by several other habits. So, what was your alcohol consumption like? How about caffeine? What did you consume? When was the last consumption of caffeine on the day? And think about coffee, tea, and also energy drinks and chocolate, dark chocolate, as we heard. Then a quick question about the food. So, what type of food did you have? And what was the last food? That's probably the most important thing. As we've heard before, 2 hours before going to bed, it's not recommended to have any, at least not any heavy food. Then questions about medication. Did you take any medication? If yes, which one? Next question is about sports. What did you do? How long? When in the day? Did you stay outdoors? For how long? What was your screen activity like? What type of device were you using and for how long? And yeah, that question to me was really a revelation because I spent almost my entire day in front of a screen. Activity in the last hour before going to bed, that's interesting to track as well. And then a question about any special events. Was there a birthday? Any type of festivity? Was it a trip? Are you on a trip? To really figure out, is there anything that makes this day special? And then, of course, the last 4 questions, or the last 3 questions actually. And then the last 3 questions, what time did you go to bed? The assumption is that you will fill in this tracker when you are ready in bed. How tired do you feel right now? And are you in your usual environment? So it seems like a lot of questions, but I have been tracking that, and some clients of mine already have been tracking that for several weeks. And it really takes only 5 minutes to do that in the evening. It really only takes 5 minutes for you to do that in the evening. And the interesting thing is to see the patterns and see pattern emerge. So when you start doing this, my recommendation is to really track your sleep habits for at least 3 weeks. And this is the evening plan. And you probably already downloaded the morning plan when we then look into, well, how was your night's sleep? So I hope you will find value in this little plan. And of course, I hope that I will see you again, and you will listen to this again next week. I hope that I will see you again next week, where we talk about things you can do to get to sleep if, for example, your mind is a bit busy. So for now, I encourage you to do that for maybe 2 to 3 weeks and literally compare your quality of sleep that you're tracking in the mornings to what you have been doing during the day, because that will give you a good indication of what it is that you have to pay attention to. Like me, my dark chocolate. So thank you for today, and may you always lead well and sleep well. Bye for now.
This was Lead Well. Now, what is the one thing that you're taking away from this episode? Please share in the comments below, and do share the podcast with your friends and family, but only if you like it.